Hello and welcome to rootsdiscovery.com. I'm your host, Mick. Today's tip: how to find your ancestor in the Tithe Applotment books. The truth of the matter is that most of us will not find our Irish ancestor in the Tithe Applotment books. Now, what is the reason for that? Well, simply put, many of these Irish Catholics did not have the money to pay for the 10% or the tithe to the Church of Ireland. What this was a census where they were putting together a group of landholders and determining if they could afford the 10%, which would then go to the Church of Ireland. So therefore, most of us will not find our Irish ancestor in the Tithe Applotment books. But for those of us that believe that our ancestor had enough money to pay this, then let's figure out how to go through these Tithe Applotment books. Now, before we start, here is the website for the Tithe Applotment books. We can begin here. This is pretty straightforward. What we're going to do is just hit the search button. As you'll see, I've already filled in my search. I'm looking for a Charles Hurley. However, I did not fill in the full name. What I did was I just abbreviated it and put an asterisk behind the surname and forename. The reason for this is just in case the name is misspelled. You'll also notice that for the parish I put Kinsale because that is known where Charles Hurley came from. So let's see what happens when we hit search. As I was already aware, we received no search results, but I'm going to show you why. What I'm doing here is I'm simply taking out the parish and I'm putting in the known townland of where Charles Hurley was known to have come from, and that was Prehane. So again, I'm just abbreviating Prehane to just simply PRE. Here we have the results. All we have to do here is just click on the blue highlighted name. But before we do that, notice the parish is not listed as Kinsale. It is a variant called Ringkern. So let's keep that in mind when we search through Tithe Applotment books, that the parish you think you are looking for might be under different variants. So here we have the results. What this shows is that Charles Hurley was living in the town of Prehane on a small farm which amounted to about 5 Irish acres. What else can we do if our ancestor is not found in the Tithe Applotment books? If you know the neighbors of your particular ancestor, look for them in the Tithe Applotment books. If you've checked the church records in Ireland and the parish does not list the townland, then check for the witnesses or sponsors for the baptisms of the children. A lot of times these people are located in the same townland as your ancestor. And should you still believe your ancestor is in the Tithe Applotment books but you're unable to find them, then make sure you look for the different variants for the parish in question. For example, Kinsale was also known as Ringkern. If you need help in locating your Irish ancestor, join me at rootsdiscovery.com or email me at rootsdiscoverycontact@gmail.com. This has been your host, Mick. See you next week.